Let's look at this question. It says evaluate this base 2 number multiplied by this plus this. Remember, always deal with what is in the bracket before any other one. So therefore, for this one now, we're going to write 1, 2, 3, 0, 1 to base 2, then 1, 1 to base 2. We are going to multiply this. This multiplied by this is 1, this multiplied by this is 0, this multiplied by this is 1, 1, 1. Then we go for this one, this is 0, this is 1, 1, 1. Then we sum 1, 1, 1. This is 1 plus 1, that is 2. Then we carry it as 1. So put 0 here, we carry 1. We add it to this 2, because this is 2, plus the 1 you carry, you have what now? You have 3. Out of the 3, you agree with me, 2 is inside. If you remove 2, remains 1. So you put the 1 and carry 1 again. You put it here, you have 2 again. I don't know if you understand. Let me go back a little, okay? This plus this will give us what? 2. Because it's in base 2, this is 1. We have 2, put 0 here and carry 1. Let's put the 1 we carry here. 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Out of this, there is 2 inside. Only 1, 2. Only 1, 2 inside, remainder 1. This remainder 1, you put it down. This 2, you carry it as 1. You add it to this again. You have what? You have 2. Remember, this one is here, okay? So this one now is 2 again. You put 0, you carry 1. Now you add this one to it. That is 101. All in base 2. So you can see this is 0. Because 1 plus 1 is 2. You carry it as 1 and put 0 down. You put 1 here, that is also 2. You put 0 here, you carry 1. You put it here, you have 3. You put 1 down, you carry 1. So 1 is here, 1 is here, 0 is here, 1 is here. Let's see the one that corresponds to this. As you can see in this place, C is actually the answer to base 2. I believe you understand this because this is JAMB class, that's why I'm rushing. Remember, 1 plus 1 is 2. Because it's in base 2, it's like you are doing 5 plus 5 in base 10. 5 plus 5 in base 10 is what? Is 10. Right? Okay, let me put something like 15, 2. This plus this is 10. You put 0 and carry 1. You put the 1 here, you have what? 4. The same thing. When it is base 2, if you add them together, you are having 2, right? This plus this is 2. That 2, you cannot put it down because it's in base 2. You cannot put anything that is 2 or above 2 here. They must all be below 2. Therefore, this one is our 1 in this contest. So that one you are having, you take this 2 now as 1 and put 0 down. You carry that 2 as 1 to the other side. You repeat the process like that. Okay? So C is our answer. Let's look at this. We are asked to simplify this. This is meant to be simplified to what? To simplify this, we start with this. This multiplied by this is 3 plus 1 will give us 4. That is to say here now we have 4 over 3. This divide, we turn it to times. Therefore, you have to flip this. Now, because this divide is here, we turn it to times, we also flip this. This time, this is what? Is 24. Plus 1 is 25. That is 25 over 6. Now, as you can see, this will cancel this. Here 1, this is 3. So we are bringing 3 from here. 16 over 5 times 25 over 6. 3 here 1, 3 here 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 8. 5 here 1, 5 here 5. 5 times 8 is what? 40. So 40 is the answer. That is C. Okay? Hope you are getting it. Thank you. Let's look at this question. It says if 3 log a to the base of 2 plus 5 log a to the base of 2 minus 6 log a to the base of 2 is equals to log 64 to the base of 2 we should find the value of A. Okay? As you can see in this place, this, and this are all the same. It's like you're having 3x plus 5x plus 6x. You can actually solve them together. So what we're going to do now, we take this coefficient by say 3 plus 5 minus 6. Remember, this is JAMB all. You need to be fast. Now you take one of them, that is log a to the base of 2. Assume, for instance, you have 3x plus 5x minus 6s. What would you do? You can simply do this plus this minus this. That is 3 plus 5 minus 6x. You solve this now, you have 8 here minus 6, that is 2x. The same thing with this. This is 8 minus 6 is what? 2. That is 2 log this. Remember, you have to put this. Okay? Now that you have this now, as you can see, these two that I said we can take it up. That is, we bring this 2 on top of this A, which is equals to log this 64. Now, as you can see, this and this are the same. So we can actually cancel them. What is remaining now is this equals to 64. Then we have A equals to the square root of 64. Can do plus and minus, okay? Which is plus and minus 8. So what we have here is D as one of the options. Okay? This is straightforward. Please don't say I'm too fast. I'm trying to assist you the way you should think. Why in exam hall? Because this is what, like, revision for you. So learn to practice a lot of questions. Then this shouldn't be a problem for you again. We are asked to solve the equation. Okay? To solve the equation, this equals to this, this equals to this. How do you go about this kind of question? Remember that this is to the power of this, okay? This is power. It's on top of 9. All you have to do is to equate this, also equate this. That is to say, log this equals to y. Let's move this to index form. That is s equals to 3 raised to the power. We call this one equation 1. Remember, this equals to this. Now, this is also equals to this. That is to say, y equals to 2x minus 1. Okay? Also move this one to index form. I want to put this one to the base of 3 because I'm seeing 3 here. I want it to be uniform. So what I will do here, this is 9, right? 9 means 3 raised to the power 2. That is 3 raised to the power 2. We still retain the y equals to 2x minus 1. Now, I can bring out 3 raised to the power y, then I put 2. Then I have 2x minus 1. I'm going to call this one equation 2. Now, as you can see, from this equation 1, you can see that x is equals to 3 raised to the power y. I'm going to replace this now with x because this is actually x equals to 2x minus 1. Then bring this to this side, 2x plus 1 equals to 0. This is not quadratic equation. How do we solve this? Two numbers to multiply together, you have 1, but if you add them, you have minus 2. That is minus 1 minus 1. So s is minus x plus 1 equals to 0. So now, I am going to take s out, repeat the same thing here. You already know quadratic equation you are preparing for y. Now, x minus 1, s minus 1 equals to 0. Okay? Now, we can say that what? S is equals to 1 or s equals to 1. That is s equals to 1 twice. Say twice. Okay? Now that we have s, remember the question says, would you solve this? We don't know y yet, we know x. So now let's go and find y. Okay? We already know that x is equal to 3 raised to the power y. Now that we know x to be 1, we put this here. So with this now, what is the meaning of this? Any 3 raised to the power 0 is 1, right? So I'm going to say this is 3 raised to the power 0. Why am I using 3? Because I saw 3 here. This and this will cancel. Y therefore is equal to 0. It means x equals to 1, y equals to 0. This is the answer. Let's see. 1 at 0, that is D. 1 at 0, that is D. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, what must be subtracted from this so that it will be divisible by this? This is the first option, then B, C, and D. Something you need to remove from here. Once you remove it, then when you divide this by y minus 2, you will not have remainder. So we are going to say let the value be, can put anything. Let's say let it be P. So therefore, we are saying if this raised to power 3 plus this, if we remove P, then if we divide it by this, no remainder. What that one means is to remind you now, reminder's theorem. What is reminder's theorem? Reminder's theorem is once there is a divisor, which is this one, that is the denominator you are going to use to divide it. And after dividing it, no remainder. It means that if you substitute, that is y minus 2 equals to 0, y equals to 2. If you substitute 2 here, you shouldn't have remainder, you have 0. That is the meaning. If there is a value you can use to divide an expression or a function, and you are not going to have remainder, if you can have the value of that variable, this y is equal to 2. When you substitute 2 here, you will not have any value other than 0. We have done this in 2033 JAMB. You see, there's a repetition. There's a repetition. If you have watched the video on 2023 JAMB questions, you will see that we have done reminder's theorem. So that's why it's good you practice past questions. There's always similarity. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to come here now to say G of 2 is equals to, then we substitute here because this P is what is giving us the determinant to say there will not be remainder. So therefore, we substitute here now 2 raised to the power 3, 2 raised to the power 2, 2 P equals to 0 because you are going to get 0. Now we solve for P. You agree with me? This will give us 6 times. This is 8 plus 4 times 4, 2, 5 equals to 0. Now, you agree with me that this is 48, this is 16, this 2 will give us plus 3. So what will this one give to us? This will give us 64. Plus 3 will give us 67. That is 67 minus P equals to 0. P therefore is equals to 67. So this 67 is what we remove from here to make this one divisible by y minus 2 without remainder. So you can see the answer is what? B. Okay? Reminder's theorem. Let's look at this. It says, which of the following represents this notation on this Venn diagram? Let's do it one after the other. What is the meaning of the complement of A? If this is a Venn diagram, okay, Everything inside here represents the universal set. Inside. Everything inside. Now, we are going to put A here. This is our A. What is the complement of this A first? That is, I'm looking at this now. The complement of A is everything outside A. So we're going to draw it. All this area are all the complement of what? A. Okay? Let's go for intersect B. If we have B now, we want to see the area we have shaded now that coincide or that collide with B. So if I come here to put B here now, which area from here can you see that word collide with B? This area. This area. So this area is what this one is representing. That is this. So again, this area you are seeing like this. That is this one. C intersect with C. So we are going to draw C wherever this basket shapes. Whatever that collide with this is the area we are referring to. So if I draw C here now, say this is C, the area that collide with C is this. That is, let me use white now, that is this area. So therefore, if you redraw this now, you agree with me, this area is what we are talking about. That is what the answer is. So therefore, if you check here now, the answer is B. Okay, the answer is B. Hope you understand Venn diagram. Practice makes perfect. Thank you. Let's look at this question. It says, a binary operation is defined on the set of real numbers. This is the definition. It's like quantitative reasoning. What it's saying is, if X and Y come together as husband and wife, what we get from the other side is S plus Y minus 1 over 2 SY. That's what we get. For all these are what? A and B are what? Element of real numbers. Find the value of this. That is, if you understand this operation, you should be able to tell us what you will get when this square root of 36 and the square root of 4 come together as husband and wife. Before you even continue, they are able APU. This is easy. APU. That is to say, 6 come together with 2. That is it. Because this is square root of 36, square root of 4. Now we come here now. This is now our S. We put plus, this is our Y. We put 2 minus 1 over 2 again. S and Y. That is 6 multiplied by 2. That is all. This is 8 minus 6, 2. Bonus question. Bonus question. Look at this one. It says, obtain the equation of a line with y-intercept of 4 over 3 and is parallel to this. I want to draw rough something. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be like this. If this is our y-axis and this is our s-axis, I'm just drawing this. Say this is this line. Whatever this line is, we are looking for the equation of the line. Let's call this place 4 over 3. That is the intercept of this line we are looking for. But we are told about parallel, that this line is parallel to this. What do you think they are telling you? Let's say that this is this line. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's say it's somewhere here. Because they say they are parallel, they are parallel. What that is telling you is telling you about gradient. Gradient is the slope of a line. Like this one now. This is different slope, different slope, different slope, different slope. If this and this are the same, that is they are parallel, it means that what? They have the same gradient. They have the same slightness. How do you get that slightness? It means once you are able to sort that out, the slightness of this is equal to the slightness of this. That is, the slope of this, of the gradient of this, is equal to the gradient of this. Therefore, go and find the gradient of this that is given to you. To find the gradient of this, all you have to do, you make y the subject of formula. Okay? We move every other thing to that side. This becomes 4x minus 7. We divide both sides by 5 again. That is y now is equals to 4 over 5x minus 7 over 5. Now, this you are seeing here, after this operation, this is what? The gradient. This represents the gradient. Why this represents the intercept? We have already established that the gradient of this and this are the same. Now that we know the gradient of this equation given to us, we can pick it and use it as the gradient of this guy we are looking for. Therefore, if you want to write this now, you simply say y, that is for this we are looking for, is equal to, because they have the same gradient, I'm going to put this gradient. But the intercept is plus, not minus. So I put 4. So this is the answer. That is the equation. But we can't leave it like this because the answer they gave to us, they are not in this shape or format. Therefore, we are going to remove all the denominator. What is the SCM of this? This 15. We multiply throughout by 15. This becomes 15y. 15 multiplied by this, we are going to divide by 5 to have 3. 3 multiplied by 4, you have 12. That is 12x plus 50 divided by 3 is 5. Multiplied by 4 is 20. Okay, so next now we move everything to this side. That is 50y minus 12x minus 20 equals to 0. So this is the equation for the line we are looking for. Let's see. 15y minus 12x minus 20. Yeah. So this is the answer. C is the answer here. As you can see, C is the answer. Hope you got it or understand what I just explained. Practice makes perfect. Let's look at this sort question. If you have not watched my sort class, you better go at both in YouTube and TikTok. So many videos on sort. Very easy. The first thing we need to do to simplify this is, first of all, recognize this square and expand the denominator. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to say this is equals to 6 over in 2 places. Okay, now we can multiply. This multiplied by this, you agree with me, to give us square root of 25. Let me just write everything. You just put 5 straight. But for some people, let me just write everything. Then I multiply this by this, have minus square root of 10. We continue. This and this will give us minus square root of 10 again. This and this will give us plus square root of 4. You agree with me, if you solve this now, you are going to have, here we give us 5. These 2 will give us minus 2 square root of 10. This will give us plus 2. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 25 is 5. This and this, that is, it's like minus s minus x. That is minus 2x minus 2 square root of 10. You agree with me? If we solve these 2, it will give us 6. 7 minus 2 square root of 10. One thing about sort, what is forbidden? Don't leave the denominator with anything square root. So with this now, we need to rationalize what? The denominator. Now let's do that. How do you do that? Say this multiplied by, you are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of this denominator. What is the conjugate of this? The conjugate is 7 plus 2 square root of 10. All over 7 plus 2 square root of 10. This minus, we change it to plus. That is how to remove this square root. Remember, by doing this, I'm not changing the form of this question because this can still divide without changing the value. It's like you are saying Peter multiplied by 2 over 2. This cancel this. Peter will still remain. It's not changing the value of Peter. Okay? It's like give or take. Give, take. But what is the purpose? So that the denominator will not have or retain square root. Now we can work this out. This multiplied by that is 6. 7 plus 2 square root of 10. All over 7. 2 square root of 10. 7 plus 2 square root of 10. If we solve this now, this multiplied by this is 42. This will give us plus 12 square root of 10. Now, I want us to work this out. This multiplied by this will give us 49 minus 2 square root of 10 raised to power 2. I don't know if you understand what I just did here. This is what I did. Remember this? Because I need to show you this. Simply means a squared minus b squared. Okay? So what we did now, we take this, we also took this. I squared them. So while I square this, I have 49, then I'm squaring this now. I should have just put 4 multiplied by 10. I don't want to confuse some people. So if you now understand me now, let's do it direct now. 4 square root of 10 square is also 10. You agree with me? This becomes 40. That is to say 42 12 square root of 10 over this will give us 9. And you agree with me? 42 over 9 plus 12 square root of 10 over 9. 3 here is 14. 3 here is 3. 3 here is 4. 3 here is 3. We can come here to say 40 over 3 plus 4 over 3 square root of 10. You can still take it back because if you check the answers now, you find that the one that have denominator of 3 is just 1 3. So let's go back here and make it just one denominator. Because 3 is here, 3 is here, you can put 3 here. Okay, now let's check the answer. 14 plus 4 square root of 10 over 3. A is the answer. Okay, A is the answer. Hope you understand this. Let's look at this. It says if the fifth term of an AP, that is arithmetic progression, is 11. Fifth term, A plus N minus 1D. So instead of putting this N now, say 5. 5 minus 1 will give us 4. So simply put 4D. Is equals to what? 11. Again, A term, that is 7D now, is equals to 26. We should find the first term. No problem. So we are going to say, therefore, A plus 4D equals to 11 is our equation 1. Why this is our equation 2. Okay? Now, put minus here. This will go. This will give us minus 3D. This will give us minus 15. D will give us 5. If you divide both sides by minus 3. Okay? Now, remember we are looking for A. A plus 4D, using the first equation, we substitute this. You agree with me? This will give us A plus 20 equals to 11. A is 11 minus 20, which will give us minus 9. Let's see. B is the answer. So you can see. Arithmetic progression, I covered it in details in YouTube channel. If you have not watched the videos, please do. You can also check my TikTok. Well covered. Let's look at this question. A class consists of 8 boys and 7 girls. Okay? If 2 students are selected randomly to represent the class in a quiz competition, find the probability that both are of different sets. The first thing we need to do is to recognize the total. Okay? It means the probability that is a boy is equals to 8 over the total. The probability that It's a girl is 7 over the total. Let's just keep this one first and go for the question. Assume that this is a bag. I'm sorry to use bag to represent this. That contain 8 boys and 7 girls. I want to pick randomly. It's a random selection. Because you are not seeing what you are picking. You put your hand, bring out. You brought out what? A boy. Hey! You brought out a boy. You put hand again. You brought out a girl. Okay? This is a possibility. It is possible that when you put hand, you brought out a girl. Hey! The second time, you now brought out what? A boy. So it's either this or this. Either this possibility or this. Now, let me show you something. The probability now that is of different sets. Probability that different sets. The first possibility is the probability that it's a boy and a girl, or the probability that a girl and boy. So this is what somebody might get. Another person might get this. Remember, they must be of different sets. If you put Hannah, you brought out a girl. Brought out a girl. You don't want that. That's why we are not considering same. Different sets. Now, the next thing is that what is the probability that when you put hand is a boy? Is this. Probability that is a boy multiplied by the probability that is a girl. Given that you selected a boy before. You get it? This is the first person you pick, a boy. You put hand again now. You brought out a girl. Given that what you selected before was a boy. There's a reason for that. I'm going to show you. All mean plus. The same thing here, probability that you brought out a girl first, when you first try, multiply by, because and is multiply. This multiply you are seeing is because of this and. This multiply is because of the and, okay? Multiply by the probability that you now brought out a boy, given that what you earlier brought out a girl. Conditional probability. This second one is conditional depending on the first one. I will tell you why it depended. It depended because when I put my hand, I brought out a boy, right? That is 8 over 15. Because this bus or the class contained 15. Then I brought out one person. After I brought out that first person, how many will be remaining in the bus or in the class? To remain 14. It means now they have been reduced. The total has been reduced by 1. But remember, I brought out a boy. That's why I'm considering the total of boys. Now that I'm bringing out a girl, I will put 7. But remember, the total has now reduced because as at the time I'm putting hand to bring out a girl, the total has already reduced. So it means therefore this will be 14. That's why this is depending on this conditional probability, because this is probability of it is a girl given that you have removed a boy. That's why it's affecting the denominator. It wouldn't have affected the denominator if we are not considering given that we have removed somebody. You must recognize that you have removed somebody before. That's what this one is saying. So this one is the other way around. You first of all brought out a girl, but this time you brought out a boy, but the total has reduced. So this is how to solve this question. So the remaining one is for you to just do division. Get one. Okay, let me use different color. 1, 2, 2. Okay, it means going to have 8 over 30 plus here is 8 over 32. which you already know that. I should have done it here, but no problem. This is 4, this is 15, this is 4, this is 15. That is 4 over 15 plus 4 over 15. Okay? You agree that this is 15, SCM, 4 plus 4 equals to 8 over 15. Now, you come here, see that the answer is A. Okay? Hope you understand probability. If you don't understand probability, you need to check my YouTube channel. I have about 2-hour probability course. More than 70 questions were treated there. Go and check it up. You will understand probability anyhow. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, what is the nth term of a geometric progression, GP, if the second term and the fourth term are 6 and 54 respectively? Okay. For geometric progression, when you are dealing with the term, the second term is, you use n minus 1, right? So because this is 2, we say 2 minus 1, right? It means we're going to have raised to power 1. That is AR. We're going to call this one as equal to 6. Okay? This is our equation 1. The other one says the fourth term is equals to AR 4 minus 1 equals to AR raised to power 3 equals to 54. Okay? Now, all you have to do equation 1, equation 2. What can you do from equation 1? From 1, you agree with me that A is equals to 6 over R here. We substitute 1 in 2. Substitute 1 in 2 to have 6 over R multiplied by R raised to power 3 equals to 54. As you can see here. We remove this and put this because we are substituting. This is therefore 6. Here we give us R raised to power 2. R raised to power 2 equals to 54. This equals to 54 over 6. Here 1, here 9. Okay? So we have this now as equals to 9. R therefore is the square root of 9, which is plus minus 3. Okay? So when you have this now, what next? They are asking us to find the nth term. So what we need to do now, let's first of all find the first term. Now that is A as equals to 6 over R. In place of this R, we put 3. Remember, we're going to have plus and minus 2. Now we're going to have 2. That is plus and minus 2 for A. A is equals to plus minus 2 because we are bringing plus and minus 3. Now we are asked to find the nth term. The nth term is AR n minus 1. We don't know n. Okay? A is what? Let's just say 2. What about R? R is 3. N minus 1. Okay? There's nothing we can do beyond this because we don't know nth term. The general nth term. I've taught this in my YouTube channel and TikTok. How to calculate the nth term of anything, both arithmetic and geometric progression. Once you get the first term and the common ratio, or first term and the common difference, all you have to do is substitute on this general formula. Whatever you have is the answer. So if you come here now, you can see that the answer is A. Okay? Let's look at this. It says, how many terms of the series are needed for the sum to reach 169? How many terms of the series are needed? As you can see in this place, you will agree with me that the first term, first of all, is 1. The common difference here is this minus this 2 or this minus this, which is 2. And you agree with me, the sum of AP is n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. We are told we want to get this. After summing, whatever you are summing, you have 169. Therefore, we're going to put 169 here. We don't know n, but we know the first step to be 1. We don't know n also, but we know the common difference to be 2. Okay? So now, you agree with me, this is simply n over 2, 2 here, 2n minus 2. This and this will cancel. You agree with me? N over 2, 2n. This and this 2, this will give us n raised to power 2, 169. You agree with me to get n now, say the square root of 169. And you agree with me that this will give us plus or minus 13. So we need how many now? We need 13 of them. That is, we need to sum this. That is, here is 5 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 9, until you get to 30 of them before you can get 169. So therefore, B is the answer. Let's look at this. It says, find the differential coefficient of the curve and this point. If you understand your differentiation, it means after you differentiate this, you substitute this. First of all, this simply means y is equals to 2s raised to power 4 minus 3s raised to power 3 plus s raised to power 2. What is the meaning of this? It means s raised to power minus 1 minus this. This is simply what? In indices, it means this means this. Okay? Now that we have done this, all we have to do, we differentiate this. The y over ds is equals to this will give us 8s raised to power 3. This will give us 9s raised to power 2. This will give us 2x. This will give us plus x minus 2. This is 0. Now let me explain to you. This one, this multiplied by this is 8. Remove y, you have 3. This multiplied by this is 9. Remove y, you have 2. This multiplied by 1 here is 2. Remove y, you have 1. No need to put the 1, okay? This one is, whatever I say multiplied by this, you have plus. Minus multiplied by minus, then you remove 1 again, that's minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. This one is simply 0 because what it means is that there's 0 here already, that is s raised to power 0 is 1. That's why you have 6 without x. It means you multiply this now, you're going to have 0. That is 0 multiplied by this is 0. No need to waste our time. Now, at s equals to 1, you substitute 1 anywhere you see x. Okay? Hope you understand this. Anywhere you see s, you simply substitute 1. You agree with me? This is C8, C9, 2. This is 1, this, which is 1 over this, C1. This will give us what? Minus 1. Minus 1 will strike out this plus 1. What is remaining now will be 2. It means our answer here is B. Okay? Just to understand that when you are looking for the differential coefficient, you need to differentiate first. After differentiating, you substitute the value of x. Thank God we are given the value of x. Hope you understand this. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, if this is equal to this, find a plus b, find a plus b. That means we need to find a first and b before we can add them together. Let's see. Let's break this down. That is to say 5 plus square root of 2 over this. One thing you must always put at the back of your mind is to rationalize the denominator. This question now, nobody is telling you what to do. It's for you to remember that it is forbidden for sword to have square root at the denominator. We don't allow it. So we have to rationalize the denominator by using the conjugate of the denominator. Therefore, what is the conjugate of this? The conjugate is the square root of 5 plus square root of 2 over square root of 5 plus square root of 2. So this is the conjugate of this, that is changing this sign to the opposite sign. Then you can work this out now. You agree with me? I can write this numerator like this. For the denominator, this is when you should be very fast now. This is simply 5 minus 2. Oh! Remember that we have been saying this. That this simply means what? A minus B. That is the meaning of this. A plus B, A minus B. Or you can say A minus B, A plus B. That is the meaning of this. Whenever you see square, square, and minus in between. That is the meaning. The same thing we are seeing here. Now, what am I seeing? This simply means, let me put it here, 5 fourths. Why this is 5, then 2. Okay? Now, as you can see, it is exactly the same thing. This and this are the same, this and this are the same. The sign difference. So, you take the first one, square it. Second one, you square it. This will cancel, this will cancel. That's 5 minus 2. That's 3. Okay? If you want to waste your time, you can say this multiply by this multiply by this. This, at the end of the day, you are coming back to this answer. That is 3. You should learn the shortcut. Don't waste your time because this is JAMB. You multiply this, that is 25. Square root of 25, that is 5. 5, you multiply this, that is 10. Also, this, that is 10. This, that is 2. All over 3. This, that is 7. This, that is 2 of them over 3. Now, because of the way they wrote this, this is on its own, this is on its own. They will have to separate this 7 over 3 plus 2 over 3 square root of 10. Now, you agree with me that if you compare, let me write it here. If I compare this to A plus B square root of 10, you will agree with me that once we take this out, this is definitely A, this is definitely B. It means A, therefore, is equal to 7 over 3, while B is equal to 2 over 3. Okay? Now that we have A and B, we can now add them together. A plus B, therefore, which we are asked to find, is 7 over 3 plus 2 over 3, which is 3, 7 plus 2, which is 9 over 3. 3 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 is the answer. A. A is the answer. Okay? Hope you understand all the explanation. Let's look at this. It says, find the midpoint of the line joining the point this and this. Midpoint. How do you get midpoint? How do you get midpoint? You have to remember that midpoint is always this. The midpoint of any line. The S points on both coordinates over 2, then y. Now, this is our S here, this is our y here. That is 1, 1. Okay, now, all we need to do now, for this second one, that is 2 over 3 plus the first one, 1 over 2, all over this 2. Comma. Then y is this one 1 over 3 plus this. This multiplied by this is 3 plus this is 5. That is 5 over 3. Okay? Then you have to say over 2. Don't forget that. Over 2. So this one is just to solve now. You add this. You agree with me? 3 plus 1 over 2. This is 6. We give 4 plus 3 equal to 7 over 6. So here now is 7 over 6 here. 7 over 6 over 2. This 7 over 6 over this 2. Comma. Then we go for this. This is simply 1 over 3 plus 5 over 3. We put 3 here. 1 plus 5 is 6 over 3. 3 divided by this is 2. So So this numerator will give us 2. 2 over 2 will give us 1. So this one, now you agree with me, if you flip this, you're going to have this. This is 1. This will give us 7 over 12. 1. So this is the midpoint. So let's see the midpoint. Yeah, C is the answer. So you can see C is the answer. Okay? Hope you understand midpoint. Just remember the formula, how to calculate it. Let's look at this question. It says, if an exterior angle, that is one angle, and one of a polygon is 30 degrees. Okay? Each interior angle of any polygon, they are always equal. They are equal. Okay? Now, we know that the sum of all exterior angle, the sum of the all exterior angle is always 360 for any polygon. If one of them is 30 and they are all equal, it means n multiplied by 30 will give us the total, which is 360. We divide both sides by 30. You agree with me to get the number of sides now? We have 12. That means this particular polygon has 12 sides. Okay? Now that we know that it has 12 sides, we are to determine the sum of the interior angle. The sum of the interior angle is always n minus 2 multiplied by 180. N minus 2 multiplied by 180. Now that we know n to be 12, we remove it. This is 10 multiplied by 180. That is, D is the answer. Look at this question. Trickish, designed to punish you, to repeat this exam. Let me show you. The average weight of 10 pieces of equipment is 120 kg. If the heaviest equipment is removed, the average weight is reduced by 3 kg. The average weight. Must understand everything. Pay attention to details. What is the weight in kilograms of the heaviest equipment? Look at it. You agree with me? The sum of all the observation or items over n is equals to the mean. Mean is also average. Now, the question says 10 items. It means here, we know n 10 items. And the average weight of 10 pieces average is 120. We don't know this. Okay? Now, we have to cross multiply to get this. The sum of everything. That is 1,200. You can also call this sometime this. Okay? Now, this is like you are doing S1 plus S2 plus S3 etc. over how many of them? Say 3, for instance, to get the mean. The question is saying the heaviest was removed. And when you remove the heaviest, among this, for instance, when you remove the heaviest, there are 10 in number. When you remove the heaviest, what we got, the average was reduced by 3. You know what some people will do? They will say, okay, this is 120 was the average. What is the weight in kilogram of the heaviest equipment? Some lazy student will simply do 120 minus 3. What is that? What is that? It's 117. Anywhere you go, an answer is waiting for you. All these answers, they are not just random answers or options. They are designed for different students. Anywhere you enter, they catch you. So you must understand what you are doing. JAMB is also a business. It's a business. So the more you re-enroll, the more they make money. Now, what they are telling us is that the heaviest, one of them was removed. If you remove one of them, 9 are remaining. It means What you need to do, this is the former average. When you reduce the new average by this, you have 117, right? This is our new average. We still don't know this for now, but we know 9 is here. You get it? Remember that when it was 120 over 10, we got this for total. But now, one of them is removed, reduced by 1, remaining 9. We have to also reduce the average. We have to find this. It's after we get this, we will now subtract it from here to know which one was this heaviest weight. So this new one now is 9 multiplied by 117. So this now will give us, okay? Now that we have this, we cannot subtract this from this. That is, when we have not removed anything, minus when we remove something, to know which one is the heaviest. You agree with me? If you do this maths, you're going to have 147. Okay? 147. Anywhere you go, Asa is waiting for you. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, a farmland of 160 acres was used in planting various fruits as shown in the figure below, this pie chart. Okay? What is the percentage of farmland used for planting orange? Orange. Percentage of farmland use. Percentage of farmland use, not the acre itself. So don't even care about this. Okay, because you can see the answers, they are in percentage. This total is 360. Angle at a point. This guy, 108 over 360 multiplied by 100 to get the percentage. That is all. Okay? When you work this out now, you have 30%. It means the answer is this. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, simplify log 40.5 to the base of 3 minus log 10.5 to the base of 3. When there is minus and they have the same base, what do? You divide. That's to say, log to the base of 3, 40.5 over 10.5. Logarithm. I taught logarithm in this YouTube channel and in my TikTok channel in details. So, if you are left out, go and study. Go and watch the videos. You move this here, you have 405 over. You move this here. What can we use to divide this? We can use 15. 15 here will give us 27. 15 here will give us 7. That is to say, now we can separate them again. Why are you separating them? Because I saw 27 here. That will help me. Let's look at this question. It says, which of the following inequalities satisfy the number line below? First of all, don't look at the options. Analyze this. In inequality, if this is open, it could be either less than or greater than. If it is closed, it could either be greater than or equals to or less than or equal to. It depends on the direction of the arrows. Okay? Now, both of them are closed. It means our expectation will be, because from here to here, it means it is from here to here. So we're going to put S here, less than or equal to, greater than or equals to. Then we put minus 6 here. We put 3 here. What are we saying now? We are saying S is greater than or equals to minus 6. At the same time, S is less than or equals to 3. Because these are closed. Okay? From here to here. If you check here now, none of these satisfy the answer. You don't mark it. It is positioned here to see if you know what you are doing. Don't mark anything. If you mark it, you are wrong. If I were you, I will leave it. I will not touch anything. Not touching anything is the answer. Because this one, already, this is closed, cannot. This one alone means it cannot. This one alone means it cannot. Let's not try this. This almost becomes the answer, but the direction. But if you want to analyze this, this is not even possible. How? Because if you are saying S is less than or equals to minus 6, at the same time, S is less than or equals to 3. It doesn't work like that. So therefore, nothing satisfies this inequality. Let's look at it. It says, evaluate this, that is, sine 8s. If you know your integration very well, integration says that sine ax, this is the coefficient, is always minus 1 over a cos ax. It says what? Bring this out like this. Put minus here. Change this to cosine. Retain this, say plus c. This is it. Now, in place of a, we're going to put 8. So therefore, because we have 8 here now, this simply equals to minus 1 over 8 cos 8x, this. Any of them here? B. Bonus question. Why do I call it bonus? Just need to remember this. In less than 2 seconds, you already know what to do. You can just pick the answer. Because actually, it's only this one that's minus. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, if f of s is equal to this, find the value of f of y plus 2. What it means is, as you can see here, this is f, right? This is also f. This bracket is C here, this bracket is C here. What is missing? Is just s. That is, this are replacing x. It means we are substituting wherever we see s, these values. So therefore, we are going to come here to say this plus 2 simply means anywhere you see x, you put y plus 2. S is here too, you put y plus 2. There's no s here, then you work this out. This simply means you expand it to have 3y 6 plus 2. You agree with me? This is 2. This is y squared 2y plus 2y 4. This is minus 3y. This will give us minus 4. You agree with me? This is 2. This is 4y plus 4 minus 3y. This will give us 2y squared plus 8y plus 8. Okay? Minus 3y. We have this. This 2 will give us what? Plus 5y. This will give us plus 4. So this one is equal to 2y squared plus 5y plus 4. 2y squared plus 5y plus 4. Okay? That is B. Understand? Just substitute and work this out. Simple. Let's look at this. It says, find the value of this if this is equal to this. Using trigonometry identity. What you are going to do, first of all, remember that in trigonometry identity, if you have something like this, it's equals to 1. Okay? So what we have here now is, in place of this s now, we're going to replace it with 4x, 4x. Okay? That is either this or this. Now, this is what we have. We're going to go by this. The issue now is that what we have is this minus this. So what you're going to do now, I'm going to put this here equals to, let me give you space, equal to 1 minus cos. You understand? I move this to that side. But what I want to do now is that because I'm seeing this, I want to subtract this from both sides. I want to have this, exactly this, I want to have it on the left hand side. To get it, I want to subtract it from here. I want to subtract this from here, also subtract it from here. That will make it balanced, right? Now, we say sine this minus cos this equals to 1 minus cos this. Then we now also remove it because we are subtracting it from both sides. Okay? This will give us 1, 2, this. You agree? It means that this that you have here is actually equals to this. That's what we are going to. Okay? So therefore, we can say that it's equals to 1 minus 2 cos. Okay? What is x? S was given to us to be pi over 6 rand. But before that, there's something we can still do. We can simply say here is cos 4x raised to power 2. You agree? Yeah. She will agree because that is the meaning. Okay? Now, let's substitute. Cos 4, in place of s, we have pi over 6 raised to power 2. Pi over 6. Here is 2, here is 3. That is cos 2 pi over 3. If you are used to this, this simply means minus 1 over 2. That is, everything here is what? Minus 1 over 2. That's why you should know your what? Trigonometry. Okay? This is now 1 over 4. Okay? Here 1, here 2. That is 1 minus 1 over 2. This will give you 1 over 2. If you check now, let's see. We have B here. That is the answer. Okay? 1 over 2. Hope you understand this. You need to be fast. Speed and accuracy. Let's look at this question. It says, in how many ways can 10 people be arranged in a row such that 2 particular pieces should always be together? Out of 10, 2 must be together. Out of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say these 2 must always be together. Let's just choose this one. It means we have to take this one as an entity. This guy that will always be together, we take them as one single entity. It means at the end of the day, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is 9 factorial. We are factorizing them all together. But we still need to go inside here to factorize 2 of them. That is multiply by 2 factorial. A is the answer. Understand? Look at this question. In how many ways can 5 students and 3 lecturers be seated at a round table if all the lecturers do not sit together? This is very trickish. We have to analyze it step by step. Okay? First of all, we are going to consider that these guys, all of them, are going to sit together without any restriction. Without any restriction. Okay? So without restriction is equal to everybody. That is 8 of them. Because there are 8, we have to put one, fix one, because it's round a table, fix one person, then we arrange the other ones. Because we are fixing one, we have to say 8 minus 1. That is n minus 1 factorial, which is 8 minus 1 factorial, which is 7 factorial. That is no restriction. The next thing now, we are going to look at all of them where there is no restriction for the lecturer. This one generally no restriction. They are going to sit now, but for the lecturer, we want them to be sitting together. We know that the question says, don't sit together, lecturers, okay? But this one, lecturers should sit together. If the lecturer will always sit together this time, must sit together, it means the lecturer, we are going to consider them as one entity. It means, therefore, student and 5, all the lecturer, we are going to consider them as one entity. That is to say, 5 plus 1, which is 6. 6 all together. It's like you are looking at 6 people now to sit round a table. Out of the 6, we take one fifth, just the way we did this one. So it means, therefore, for this one, we are going to do 6 minus 1 factorial. Remember, 5 and 3 lecturers. These 3 lecturers are taken as one entity, make it 6. Now, we give them to you to ask them to sit, or sit these guys. You have to pick one out of these 6, because this one will always be together. Out of these 6, you factorize the rest. That is 5 factorial. But these lecturers that are sitting together, we have not factorized them all. I don't know if you remember this we did here. When we do for everybody, we still went here and do for this. The same thing here now. All of them were seated together, the lecturers. We joined them to be 6. Then we factorize them. But this one, remember that this is not round the cycle. The reason why we are removing one extra is because round the cycle. That is the only difference. Still the same thing with the previous one. So this one now is like this. So we go here again to factorize this. That is 3 factorial. So for this particular one now, we are getting 5 factorial multiplied by 3 factorial. What is this? All of them are considered equal. Sit together, but round the table. That's why we are removing one. But here, the lecturer must sit together. Must sit together. But the question says they should not sit together. This is where the solution is coming. If you want to get those sit together, it is always everybody sit down minus sit together. That is how you get those sit together lecturers. Remember here now, we are considering that the lecturers are sitting together. Right? That is the meaning of this. Lecturers sitting together. To get those sit together lecturers, we subtract this one from this to get those sit together. You get it? Good. So therefore, the answer is this one, the general, where there was no single restriction, no restriction, minus where there is restriction. There is restriction here. The restriction here is the lecturer must sit together. Why are we forcing the lecturers to sit together? So that we can get those sit together. That is the only way we can get those sit together. Okay? So now, what we need to do, say 7 factorial also means 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. I stop because I see 5 factorial here. I saw 5 factorial there. Then I take 5 factorial out. Can I say 7 times 6 minus 3 factorial, which is 3 times 2. Just shortcut. 5 factorial. If you solve this now, this is what? 42 minus 6. 5 factorial. This will give us 36. So this is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 36. If you solve this now, you're going to have 4320. Okay, just calculator. 4320. This is the answer. Hope you understand this. The general, because we want to remove from it. What are we removing from it? The restriction that the lecturer must sit together, so that we can get those sit together. from the general. Hope you understand this. Thank you for viewing. Let's look at this question. It says, a salesman sold an article for this at loss of this. At which price should he have sold the article to make a profit of 8%? Okay? This kind of question is simply what? You have to look at what is given to us. A salesman sold, that is SP, selling price is 450. Okay? The loss that he got was 4%. Okay? We don't know the cost price. So we need to calculate the cost price. What is the cost price? Loss is equals to cost price minus selling price over cost price multiplied by 100%. This is loss in percentage. So we're going to put 4% here equals to cost price minus 450 all over cost price multiplied by 100. Okay? That's 100%. Percent cancel percent. We can bring this to be CP multiplied by 4 equals to CP minus 450 multiplied by 100. Okay? This is CP now equals to, divide both sides by 4. You agree with me? Going to have CP 450. This is 25. Okay? 25. It means CP equals to 25 CP 450 multiplied by 25. Okay? So now CP minus 25 CP equals to minus 450 multiplied by 25. You agree with me? CP will come out here. 1 minus 25 equals to 450. Remember there's minus here. We divide both sides by this. 25. So this and this will cancel. CP is equals to minus 450 multiplied by 25 all over. This will give us minus 24. Okay? So this will give us 468.75. That is for cost price. This is other loss. Now we are asked to consider other profit. Remember, other loss is CP minus SP. Other profit is SP minus CP. Okay? So if we say percentage in profit now is SP minus CP, because after selling, you remove your cost price. Okay? What price should we have sold it? We are looking for SP now. So 8% profit. So 8%, we are looking for SP. We already know this to be 468. 468.75 over 468.75 multiplied by 100%. Okay? This percent will cancel percent. Okay? I can say 8 over 100 equals to, that is divide both sides by 100. SP minus 468.75 over 468.75. Okay? 8 over 100 multiplied by 468.75. I bring this one to this side. I'm just solving it fast now. 468.75. Okay? So with this now, I can have my SP. Hope you understand. Cross multiply, this will come here. We move this one to this side. SP will now remain alone. Okay? We have 506.25. 506. Okay, this is the answer. Okay? 506.25. Hope you understand this. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, find the value of S for which the function is a minimum. Okay? For which the function is what? A minimum. As you can see in this place, you have to differentiate this first before you can go ahead. Differentiation of this is bring 2 down, remove 1, big one here, which is 7, remove 1. Once you get this now, at minimum, this is equals to 0. That is a turning point. So that is 2x now plus 7 equals to 0. 2x equals to minus 7x equals to minus 7 over 2. So this is the point at which this function is minimal. Let's look at this question. It says, find the value of these indices. What is the meaning of 81? 81 means 3 raised to power 4. That is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 raised to power 4. Then we still put this x. What about this? We just leave it like this. What about 27? That is 3 raised to power 3. 3 raised to power 3. Then we still put the x. As you can see in this place, they all have base 3. We take one of the base. We put this first. Because of this divided, we say minus whatever that is coming from here. This and this, we are going to add them together because this is times is this plus this. So this plus this will be inside this bracket. Okay? You understand? The upper one minus the down one, that is numerator and denominator. Now we can solve this to get. This will give us 4x, which is this and this will cancel. We have minus 1, which is 1 over 3. B is the answer of this one. Look at this question. It says, given that y is directly proportional to the square root of s and y is 20 when s is 4, we should also find s when y is 100. Y is directly proportional to the square root of x. To equate this now, we simply do this equals to k. We can now find k. Once we find k, we can use it for others. Here, 24 to get k. You agree with me? This is 2, that is 2k. K, therefore, is 10. That is dividing both sides by 2. Now that we have that, we can come back here now. When y is 100, using this, when y is 100, k is now 10, we should find x. So this, we cancel this to have 10 equals to square root of s. S, therefore, is the square of this, which is 400. It means our answer here is B. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says, evaluate this. To evaluate this, according to the law of logarithm, when there is minus, you can divide this. Here is base 10, base 10. That's why they were not written. So I will say log this over this, this, let me just 27 over 8, because both of them are having square root, so I just put them under the same umbrella. Okay? So now you will agree with me that this is the square root of 3 raised to power 3 over 2 raised to power 3. Which you can also express as 3 over 2. What is the meaning of square root over 2? So I will bring out 3 is here, 3 is here. I will bring out one of them. This one is over 2. That is over 2 like this. Okay? Remember, see in your mind, know that there's base 10 here. So what I will do here now, we come here to say this. Let me remove it. I believe you know that it is there. Because these are not 3, we bring one to the back. Okay, say, but don't need to put it, but know that it is there. 3 over 2 log 3 over 2. This and this will cancel. Remember, 1 is here, okay? 1 is at the back. So 1 over 3 over 2. You agree with me? You're going to have 2 over 3 as the answer. So if you check now, see B is the answer. B is 2 over 3. That is the answer. Hope you understand this. Thank you. Let's look at this. It says, if the exterior angle of a regular polygon is 40 degrees, calculate the size of the interior angle and the number of sides of the polygon. How do you tackle this? Very easy. Remember, assume that this is a polygon. I don't want to finish it, okay, for a reason. They are telling you that what? This angle, for instance, not all of them, they did not say all, that is just one, okay? We have to consider that this is the one, for instance, they are talking about. They say it's 40. Angle on a straight line is what? It's 180. It means exterior plus interior is 180. So therefore, 40 plus, let's call this one x, is equals to 180. S therefore is 180 minus 40. You agree with me, you're going to have 140. So either this or this. Let's go for the sides. The sides. What about the side? The side simply says, if you multiply one of the exterior angle by the number of sides, you have 360 all the time. So assume the number of sides is n. We already know one of the exterior angle to be 40. If you multiply these two, that is 40 multiplied by n, you're going to have 360. It means n therefore is equal to, you have 9. That is 9 sides. So this is the answer. Okay? Let's look at this question. It says calculate the inverse of the invertible matrix S equals to this. The inverse of, say we have A as equals to A, B, C, D. Okay? You have this, the inverse of A is equals to the adjoint of A all over the determinant of A. What is the adjoint of this? This is not 3 by 3 matrix. If it was 3 by 3, we have to solve. We can go direct using shortcut. What shortcut is that? The shortcut says that just interchange these two to get the adjoint. Say D here, A here. This one you retain them. But if you retain them, you must retain them with minus. That is the adjoint. Okay? Then the determinant of A. The determinant of A is you multiply these two, AD minus BC. That's all. Now, if you agree with me, let's use the knowledge to solve this. So you can see in this place, to get the inverse of x, this one now, you simply interchange these two, 6 here, 2 here, right? Then you retain these guys, 7 and 1. Why did I remove minus? Because I told you, you're going to retain the minus, but remember you have to bring another minus. So these other minus, they are striking the existing minus. So you retain them and bring minus to strike out these ones now. If minus was not there, we just put a minus. Then we find the determinant of this. The determinant of this is this multiplied by this, which is 12, minus this multiplied by this, which is 7. You agree with me, at the end of the day, you're going to have 6, 7, 1, 2. This is over 5. You can write this to be 6 over 5, 7 over 5, 1 over 5, 2 over 5. Is there anything like that here? 6 over 5, 1 over 5, 7 over 5, 2 over 5. So you can see A is the answer. Okay? A is the answer. Hope you understand this. Hope you understand it. I believe you do. Let's look at this. It says the probability of a boy passing a biology test is 2 over 3. Okay? And the probability of him passing mathematics test is 1 over 4. Find the probability of his failing both subjects. Probability of his what? Failing both subjects. The first thing is the probability of passing biology. Let's say passing biology. Let's put it like this, okay? Is equals to 2 over 3. Success plus failure is always equal to 1. That is failure plus success. Therefore, we can say the probability of failing biology is 1 minus 2 over 3. Because if pass plus failure is equal to 1, failure is 1 minus pass. Okay? So this one, you agree with me, going to have 3 minus 2, which is 1 over 3. For the other one is probability of in passing mathematics. Probability of in passing mathematics in this JAMB, you are going to write probability of you passing it is 1 over 4. And the probability of you failing it, failing maths, is 1 minus this. That is. Now, we have for passing, failing. Find the probability of failing both. Both mean fail this and fail this and times. Probability of failing maths and fail biology, I say biology or whatever, is this and that is very important. Not probability of failing this or no, it's and. So therefore, this is for failure, 1 over 3, and which is times 3 over 4. Remember, put this for here, it's okay. Now, 1 over 4 is the answer, okay? That is C. C is our answer. You understand? C is our answer. Calculate the variance of the following date: 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The variance of this. What is variance? Variance is always the square of standard deviation. That is the square of SD. Okay? But what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is equal to the square root of the summation of S minus the mean. Okay? S minus the mean square over N. This is standard deviation. It means to get variance now, we only need to square this standard deviation, and that square will remove this. It means therefore, variance is S minus this over N. So all these values you are seeing here, they are all S. So it means we already know S. So let's say S here. This is 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? I'm going to draw this line just to demarcate them to avoid error. Okay? Now, we have this S. We don't know the mean. We need to calculate the mean first, okay? To calculate the mean, we have everything, 13 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12, all over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Let me use calculator to do this. This numerator will give us 70, then over 7. At the end of the day, you know we have 10. So the mean is 10. So what it means is that we are going to remove 10 from this S. That is, we're going to remove the mean from this S. 10 minus this will give us 3. 10 minus this will give us minus 3. 10 minus this will give us minus 2. 10 minus this will give us minus 1. 10 minus this will give us 0. 10 minus this will give us 1. 10 minus this will give us 2. Okay? Now that we have this on the east side, the question says we should also square it. We must square it first. So now we're going to look for the square of this according to the formula. So we need to square all these guys, okay? Sorry for my rough hand. Square this, we have 9. This is also 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. Now, this one means the summation of this, addition of everything here, that is, addition of all these guys, okay? Now we have to add them together. That means the addition of this is equals to 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4. We have 28. 28. Now that we have 28, it means we are done with the numerator. So to include the denominator, that is to get the variance now, to say this numerator, which is 28, over denominator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7. 28 divided by 7. What is that? 4. Is there 4? Yeah. B is our answer. Okay, the answer is B. Let's look at this question. It says simplify this. We should simplify this. How do you simplify this? If you look at it very well, this 2 is telling you something. If you can be able to have something raised to power 2, something raised to power 2, you can use it to divide this. So this one is quick. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 5 raised to power 2 is 25. So it means 2 over 5 square will still produce this. 2 raised to power this, 3 power this. Then we can put what was on the outside before. This can divide this, remain minus 1. This one will still remain. This one simply means what? 1 over 15 over 2. So now, this minus 1 that is remaining for this, after everything. What is this? This can also be written as 2 over 15. Just to get rid of this 1 over. After that, you know what to do now. If I want to put times here, I will say 15 over 2. I will flip it. Still retain this. What is this 2? This is 1 over. It means 1 over 2 over 5, which you can flip to have 5 over 2. You get it? You agree with me that if I divide this, 3 will remain. That is 2 raised to power 3 will not remain because 2 will strike out one of this. This is 15 times 15 over 2 times 2. I have 2 here, I have 3 here. This is like you write this as 2 raised to power 2. 2 and 3. That is to say 5 times 2 because 2 of this will remove 2 from here, remaining 1. Remember indices. You now have 15 times 15. This is 10, 2 to 5. So 2250. So now, okay, so you can see B is the answer. Okay, let's look at it. It says the circumference of a circle is 56 centimeters. Okay, find the angle sustained and the center by an arc of the circle of length 7 centimeters. This is circumference. This whole circumference, they gave us that is 56 centimeters. The formula for circumference, C, is 2 pi r. That is this. It means, therefore, 56 is equal to 2 pi r. I leave it like this. I also know that if we are asked to find this, that is this length, which is 7 centimeters, we put theta here. We are told that the formula for this is theta over 360 2 pi r. That is to get this 7. As you can see, we already have this to be 56. Okay? Now is to get x. Can divide both sides by 56 now? You agree with me? 7 over 56. Theta over 360. To get theta, theta here is 7 over 56 times 360. This is the one we have to solve. You're going to have 45 degrees. If you check now, you have here 45 degrees. This is the answer. Okay? Let's look at this. Evaluate this. Please know that these two are not together. This evaluate limit as s is tending towards -3. What will be the value? Some students will simply go to the exam hall and say, minus 3 raised to power 2 minus 9 over minus 3 here plus 3. This one will give you 9 minus 9. This will give us minus 3 minus this, that is minus 3 plus 3, which is 0 over 0. So today we call this 0. It's not actually 0, it's all defined. We will mark this. See, they gave it to you as the first option, just for you to repeat it and pay another money for your JAMB. I remember one day I was teaching, I saw a comment. The person said, just substitute. You don't substitute like that. All you have to do, first of all, simplify these guys. As you can see, this is s raised to power 2 minus 9, which you can also write as s raised to power 2, 3 raised to power this. And you have anything like this, you can write it as a minus b, a plus b. So therefore, now that we have this like this is s minus 3, s plus 3. We cannot bring this here. Don't need to put equals to here again. Okay. Now that I show you how to do it, now let me go back here. So we're going to do limit as s is tending towards minus 3. This is now s plus 3, s minus 3, s plus 3. You can cancel this and this to have, as this s is tending towards minus 3, what is remaining now is s minus 3. Okay? Is now you will now substitute. It's now you will now substitute to say which is minus 3, minus 3, minus 6. I see no answer. No answer is also an answer. That means don't mark anything. By not choosing any of them, it means you pass it. Software will mark you good. Let's look at this. Remember these special angles. Here is 60, here is 30, here is 2, here is 1, here is square root of 3. You should remember the diagram. Even though you don't remember the values, at least remember the diagram. If this is 45, this is 45, this is 1, this is 1, this is the square root of 2. Okay? Now you can fix this guy up. What is sine 30 here? Sine 30, so you can see it's opposite over hypotenuse. 1 over 2. Sine 45 here, opposite over hypotenuse, which is 1 over square root of 2. If you rationalize the denominator straight, you agree with me, just multiply by square root of 2 here over 2. Square root of 2 multiplied by square root of 2 is square root of 4, which is 2. Sine 45, okay, 30. All you have to do is just substitute. 2 is 1 over 2 multiplied by this, that is square root of 2 over 2, all over here, sine 45, square root of 2 over 2, plus 1 over 2. Okay? Just substitute. Now, just basic maths. Now, all you have to do here, this is 2 plus square root of 2 over 4. This one, we can solve as LCM 2, square root of 2 plus 1, square root of 2 plus 1. This numerator 2, you agree with me? Here, if I say over 1, the LCM of this is 4. 4 divided by this is 4, multiplied by this is 8. Square root of 2 all over this. So now, you can simply say 8 plus square root of 2 over 4. You do times 2 over square root of 2 plus 1. Okay? Now, okay? So you agree with me now, this is 8 plus square root of 2 over 2. You can also write this as 1 plus square root of 2. Now, you can continue, because I see this square root here, I'm not comfortable because square root should not be at the denominator. What do? You rationalize the denominator. So you can see even the options, I'm not sure there's anyone with square root at its denominator. So we cannot leave it like this. So we continue. Rationalize the denominator using the conjugate of the denominator. That is everything, just change the sign. That is the conjugate of the denominator. I've taught solve in my TikTok and YouTube channel. Please go and consume those videos. We learn everything. Okay? Now, we multiply this to have 8 plus square root of 2, 2 minus 2 square root of 2 over. This is, instead of wasting your time here, just take one of this, square it. This one, take it and square it. Okay? Then you expand this to have, let's check if, okay, that they were all expanded. This is 16 multiplied by this minus 16 square root of 2. This is plus 2 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 4, which is actually 2 anyway. This is 4 minus everything, and this is 4. The square root of 2 is 4 multiplied by 2, because square root of 2 square is 2. Now, we can continue. This actually will give us 4, because the square root of this is what? Is 2. Multiplied by 2 is 4. So let's just put the 4 straight. So this is actually 4. 16 minus 4 will give us what? Will give us 12. This and this are the same. Therefore, we can use this to work. That is 16 minus 2. That is 14. 14 square root of 2. All over. This is actually what? 8. That's minus 4. Okay? We can use 2 to divide all of them. 2 into this one is 6. This is 7 square root of this over minus 2. Now, as you can see here, because of this minus, we are going to write it as minus 6. Okay? Now, I will use this minus for this now to have minus 6 plus this. That is minus 6 plus 7 square root of 2 over this. I will change the position because I want minus to be at the center all over 2. Okay, let's check it. 7 square root of 2. 7 square root of 2 minus 6 over 2. 7 square root of 2 minus 6 over 2. 7 square root of 2. 7 square root of 2 minus 6 over 2.